little bit different today, ladies and gentlemen. It's my 10,000 subscriber little Q&A special. So if you're here for a weird and wacky, wonderful Football Manager experiment, not today, I'm afraid. I decided to put a community post out there just to say, would anyone be interested in seeing this? And to be honest, quite a few of you said yes. And in 205 votes, 89% of you did say yes. So 11% said no. So it won't be for you guys. So 89% of 205, I'm expecting at least 170 views on this video. But I'm not doing it for the views, and I'm not doing it for the ad rev or anything. I'm doing it as a creator to say thank you to everyone who's subscribed, and for the long-standing viewers that continually come back, post comments and all that jazz. As a viewer myself of content, I love it when people do these kind of things because it's nice to know a little bit more about the people who you watch so frequently. So I put it out there and said drop your questions in the comments, and you've done just that. So here we go. Let's get into some of these questions. Black Ives 777 says, congratulations, your videos are genuinely the best regarding FM24. Love from the States. Not really a question, but a lovely little stroke to my ego. So thank you very much, Black Ives 777. There's a reply on that. Oh, it's AC Leeds. AC Leeds, long-time viewer, long-time contributor of ideas, comments, and all that jazz. Jay is the best FM content creator right now. Right, this is not me being indulgent. I'm actually genuinely here to answer some of the questions. But if someone's going to be nice and complimentary, I'm going to give you a shout out. So thank you very much for your opinions. I disagree. I don't think I am the best FM content creator out there. Certainly not right now, but I'll take it. If that's your opinion, it's your opinion, you're entitled to it. And I very much appreciate that opinion. Very humbling, to be honest. Because I'm just an idiot that dicks about and makes a lot of mistakes. Usually a shambles. Anyway, on we move. Base up. With a double P, base up 12. Loving the 12, my friend. Who is your favourite football team? Well, quite a few of you in the comments do know this because I do reply with this very regularly. I'm a Manchester United fan. There we go then. On we move. So we've got a double comment here from Flying with Fire. What other games are you into? Also, good on you, mate. So yeah, thank you very much for the 10,000 subscribers. You are, of course, one of them. So I do appreciate that. What other games do I play? Well, I'm a lover of strategy games, to be perfectly honest. Things like Age of Empires, like a bit of Civilization. XCOM 2, War of the Chosen might be the best strategy game ever. Other games that I like to play, I'm just in the middle of my second run through Horizon Forbidden West because I've just downloaded the Burning Shores DLC, but it's over a year ago since I played the original base game. So I wanted to play the base game again and go through the story in order to play through that. Other games, things like The Witcher, fantastic game. I play a bit of FIFA or FC24 as it is now. I play all sorts of games, really. I'm not really discriminatory. I like a lot of sports games. I do like to delve into them. You know, even sports I'm not that into. You know, games like tennis and golf, they are all quite fun. But yeah, so most sports games I'll probably turn my hand to and have a little play on. I love an open world RPG. You know, Horizons, Hogwarts Legacy, fantastic. Big up the Hogwarts, representing the Harry Potter, and Skyrim, you know, all those kind of things. Never got into Cyberpunk because it was a mess at release, and I never just got back into it because of time constraints due to channel, Football Manager, and having a kid, I guess, basically. So yeah, those are the other games I'm into. Moving on again. So AC Leeds is here with his actual comment. Congratulations. Thank you very much, AC. Will you ever make the FM24 squad that all hate each other video? Yes, AC, it is in progress. It just takes so fucking long in the admin to make every pissing person hate each other. Yeah, I'm also going to double it up with a team that actually loves each other as well. So the entire squad will love each other, and the entire other, on the flip side, the other squad will hate each other, and it will all be in one video. So it started, I can't remember which teams I started it with, but I've got my database, I've got my spreadsheet, and I've got it all ready to rock and roll. I've started making a few players hate each other. It's just one of those things where you just got to go through and just do the monotonous admin of it. And it's just, unfortunately, fallen a bit down the pecking order because it just takes so long. And sometimes you get an idea and you think, oh, that won't take too long to do. And it just jumps ahead of the queue because that setup, you're talking 6 hours at least, maybe more. So yeah, it's on its way. It will be here. And as the game's been delayed as of the 8th of September today, as of time of recording, just gone lunchtime, And yeah, the game's been delayed until the end of November. So early access. I mean, they said last year it was such a polished game that they don't want to call it a beta. You want to call it early access. I'm wondering if this year they're going to call it a beta, because the stripping back features. I mean, I'm going off on a tangent here, but they're stripping back features in order to try and accommodate the best game possible with the new engine. Now, I'm very excited for the new engine, the graphical upgrade and all that jazz. What I'm not excited for is a potentially incomplete game and a couple of months at the start that's a little bit janky. But we're the hardcores, aren't we? I mean, honestly, the people who subscribe to my channel, you've got to be the hardcores. I mean, you could be very casual and you could be subscribing to some of the big dogs. But if you're one of the 10,000 that subscribe to me, realistically, you are, well, one of the hardcores. So you'll be playing it either way, right? Although some of you do comment and say you don't play the game. You watch my channel. How on earth have you found and clicked on one of my videos, but you don't play the game? I mean, I'm not complaining. Stay watching. Watch the ads. Need some ad rev. Yes, AC, I will be bringing that video to the channel. Even in a Q&A, I go off-piste. Right, ZoXE1, who's also a very long-time commenter. Thank you very much, ZoXE. Am I saying that right? Zoe XY? 1? I guess it probably is Zoe XY. Congratulations again, and what is your actual game time on FM, and how do you manage to spend time with your family and time with your game and experiments? Well, let me tell you this. I don't do anything else. Genuinely. I work, I spend time with my family, and I piss about on the channel. Most of my mates live in different towns across the UK from uni, so we get together as often as we can, maybe 6, 8, 12 months. But as you're getting older, it becomes a bit less frequent. So how do I spend time with the family? I don't sleep a lot. I sleep probably about 4 or 5 hours a night because of a young child. It gets me up and stuff. And also, I do a lot of my work. So when me and the missus and the little one are watching TV, or we're just having a bit of family time and stuff, just chilling downstairs, I'll have the laptop out. I'll have it there, and like to make the experiments, I make ideas, and I'll be sitting there when we're watching stuff. If we've got a series on Netflix that we're ploughing through, we'll have that on. Or if we're watching something shite like Love Island or whatever, I'm a whore for reality TV like that. So anything like that, we always watch. But it's not something you have to proper focus on. So I'm there, I'm chatting to her. We're both chatting, focusing on little one if he's still up and he's not gone to bed, or watching his cartoons. If he's got cartoons on, I'll be there with my laptop and I'll just be there pottering away, doing a bit of editing, doing a bit of database creation, doing a few thumbnails. So a lot of the stuff I do while everyone's around, and then the actual recording of videos, each recording session is probably about an hour max, and I get 3 a week. So it's only about 3-4 hours a week of that, and then a bit of other time when no one's in, or I've got a bit of alone time, a bit of time to myself. That's when I focus on stuff on the channel. So I balance it quite well. I did go down to 3 videos a week on this FM. I used to do more when I used to do like Let's Plays and stuff. Unfortunately, because of time constraints, I have not been able to do as much playing of the game this year, as you well know, Zoe XY, because you've been pestering me for that Leeds file for a hell of a long time, and it is back. Season 4 is on its way soon. Season 3 is out there right now. I'm going to say Season 4 is on its way soon. It might be out before this. Who knows? We'll see when this comes out. Now, sorry, other part. What is your actual game time on FM? I'll tell you that for exactly. So just FM24. I have got in the FM24 editor alone, I have 92.6 hours, which is a hell of a long time. If you get 100 hours play out of a game, I mean, it's not really a game, that is. It's the editor. It's me prepping my experiments. But 92.6 hours just in the pre-game editor alone. Now, of course, I do simulate all my experiments, and I go and they run overnight, and and my computer's on all the time with the experiments simulating and stuff. So in terms of playtime, it's not actual playtime, is it? It's time where the game is open and on. But it is currently, at the time of recording, 2,509.9 hours. So nearly 2,510 hours. What's that? 2,509 hours in days. It's 104 days. So since this game came out, which was what? Early access came out, 21st of October, was it? Something like that. So in 11 months, I have had this game open and on and running for 3.5 months. Just over 3.3 months, just under 3.5 months. So by the time we get to FM25, we might be touching 4 months. Just over 12 months. That's insane, isn't it? But again, I'm not playing it for all that time. When I go to bed, I'll leave it simulating for 4, 5, 6 hours. Sometimes when I'm working from home, my computer will be on upstairs. I'll be downstairs working on my laptop for actual work. And yeah, so that's not really playing the game, is it, at all? So hopefully that answers all your question. Arian Don, there's always one, isn't there? Arian Donga Onka 2839. We'll go with that. I'm sorry, Arian, if I've butchered your name. What did you expect? I always butcher names. Favourite goal you saw for it? I imagine you mean to say its importance or how good it was. I mean, favourite goal. I mean, as a United fan, he's got to be Solskjaer, right? Winning that Champions League final in Barcelona against Bayern Munich. 2 goals in stoppage time. The winner. I was 9 at the time. It was 99. I was 8 at the time, sorry. I was 9. Yeah, sorry, I was 9 at the time, born in 89. I was 9, and my parents were trying to make me. I remember this so clearly. They were trying to make me to go to bed, and I was like, no, it's not over. And they were like, it is. And they're not massive football fans. They don't really like football, to be honest, my parents. They only watched it for me. And I was like, no, it's not over. I'm not going to bed till full time. And they I don't know how the negotiation went, but they conceded I could stay up. And then they equalised. And then my dad, I just remember my dad saying, you're not staying up for extra time. And I said, it doesn't matter, we're going to win it. And then we did. So that's my favourite goal ever, the Solskjaer goal in the Champions League final. I mean, for its importance, of course. How good a goal was. One of my earliest memories of a goal was David Beckham's halfway line against Wimbledon. So again, that was a great goal. So maybe that as well could sort of fit into this category. So yeah, those two. What are the most important improvements you'd like to see in FM in the future, e.g. to the match engine? I wonder why he capitalised me then. Thinking Stuart Aberdeen being very self-important. No, that's me just being a fucking tit. To the match engine, how tactics work. Are there any issues that FM that particularly frustrate you? E.g. good pace being disproportionately advantageous. Well, I think pace is quite advantageous in real life. I mean, look at players like Theo Walcott. I mean, no offence to Theo Walcott, but he was an average player, but he had blistering pace, and I think he had a better career than he deserved to. If he was much slower, he would nowhere near have reached the heights. Probably in Championship, maybe League One standard, personally. Just throwing it out there. So I think pace is huge for the game. I really do. Look at Messi. Imagine if Messi had the pace of Berbatov. Would he have been as good? Well, no. Look at Messi and Ronaldo, 2 of the best players ever. I'm not going to get into that debate now. Well, it is Messi, isn't it? I'm not getting into that debate now, though. But they're both fast. You don't see players who are that top of the game who are really that slow, do you? But there is the odd exception, but more often than not, the best players in the world are usually pretty quick. So, is it disproportionately advantageous in Football Manager? I'm not too sure it is. But anyway, that's not the question. What improvements would I like to see FM in the future? Well, they are improving the match engine, aren't they? They are improving the graphics, which is something that I've been clamouring for a while. I do want improvements, and I do think it should be brought up to date to sort of fit alongside some other games, because of course with the game going on console, you're trying to reach a new audience. And if you're a new player getting this game and it looks like it does, you think you've bought something from the late 2000s. Genuinely. But what things I'd like to see in the future? So again, some of them are just for really niche to me. So when you have the in-game editor on and you freeze attributes, there's no option to freeze one attribute. Now, for me, for the experiments that I do, being able to freeze one solitary attribute, or a few attributes, like freezing a few at like 20 and freezing a few at 1, how good would that be if I could make a forward that has got frozen attributes of 1, 5 of the most important attribute traits for forward, like finishing, composure off the ball. If I could freeze them at 20 and freeze them at 1 and have them start off at an equal playing field, and then they can both improve to 200. I think that would be brilliant set of experiments, and the door would open to so many more experiments that I could do, pace and everything. So I've tried to do sort of things where I've frozen the attributes of such, but you freeze them all and you don't get the growth. So I'd love to see that, but are they going to implement something like that for someone like me? Probably not, because not many people would want to do that. They've got the frozen attributes thing in there already, so they probably think, well, we've done our bit. You know, we don't need to do it for specific attributes. But for me, I'd love to see that. How tactics work, not especially how they work, but the tactics screen, I would love it. So players actually bloody move when you click where they want to move, instead of snapping back all the time. I actually commented this on, I've actually demonstrated this in a video recently, and I've also commented this on Clates' bloody tweet. And he referenced it in the vid. So shout out Clates. Yeah, appeared on Clates' channel. Collab you didn't know happened. And a collab I don't think he knew happened either, really. I don't think he knows who I am, but you might do, I don't know. So anyway, other improvements. Do you know what? I love the game. I hate to be that guy. I just absolutely love this game. It's so good. Like, improvements. I mean, an issue a lot of people have is transfers. You know, you try and buy a player, and they're worth 50 to 60 million, and the AI wants 75 million up front, another 50 million in installments, and 20 million when they've played 3 international games or something. And then you want to sell a player who's worth 50 to 60 million. You offer them out for 30 million, and they offers you 7.5 million, 2.5 million over 3 years, and £125,000 after they scored 30 international goals. And 20% of next sale or something. So it's like, but then with Saudi Arabia now in the game, you sell players for a lot more than they're worth. So, and to me, I think I won't say the game's too easy, because it's very easy to get sacked, and it's very, very difficult to learn as a new player. And Amiga Luke actually did do a video on this recently where he said there should be a difficulty scale, like a slider. I think that's a brilliant idea. There's difficulty ratings in every game out there. Easy, normal, hard, expert, veteran, all that kind of stuff. Why isn't there one in Football Manager? You want to get new players into the game, so you should make things a little bit easier. You know, like, and you could have sliders, you could have different difficulty levels, so you could have transfer negotiations far easier, so you can actually get players a little bit cheaper than you probably could do on a harder difficulty, which is a bit more realistic. So as an entry level into the game, you could get yourself in there and go, I'm enjoying this game, I'm going to up the difficulty. But yeah, I don't find it. You know, I'm currently with Leeds, and I'm just currently playing Season 5, and we're in a league title race. Started off in the Championship. Now, I'm by no means great at the game. I'm actually quite poor. But I've managed to get to basically the top of the Premier League. I'm in the Champions League and all that within 5 years. So, I don't think it's too easy. Not really what you asked, is it? Sorry, Stuart. Other improvements like CF in the future. I don't know. The skins. Yeah, the default FM skin is horseshit, isn't it? I'm sorry, SI, whoever designed that. Like, you need to get some of the skin creators on board. Just give them a job. SAS 24. The SAS skin, second yellow card, loves it. I love it as well. Everyone always asks. That's the skin I use. It's amazing. There's so many other good skins though. I'm not saying other skins aren't available. There are so many good ones. So shout out to all the others who make skins. They add so much more, and it looks so much better than the default skin. I know you've probably got to have something that works across console as well as other things. So I get it's probably not that easy, but have a conversation with some of these skinners, because they're bloody good, aren't they? Other improvements, I don't know. Like I say, I love the game. I genuinely just love the game. I literally can't get enough of the game. There you go. Frazier Northco, where did the name Jayhuahua come from? Also, would you ever consider doing a series on top of the experiment videos? Well, yes, we do a series on the channel, not as often. So did Sunderland, I did the Oldham days, I've done a couple of other, I did a Southampton save, I did a Blackburn Retro database save, which was short. Currently doing a Leeds save, which we are 3 on the channel at the moment. 4th might be there by the time this comes out. 5th is currently being played. Each episode is its own season. The Fresh Prince of West Yorkshire. More series will be coming to the channel in the near future. This is a pickup from earlier. I was downstairs editing the Q&A, and I forgot to answer the question about where the name comes from. Simple. My name's Jay. I had 2 Chihuahuas. We refer to the Chihuahuas as their name / Wawa, so like Jayhuahua, basically. And yeah, it was just an affectionate sort of nickname that my missus gave me on occasion. And when I was thinking about a name, I didn't know exactly what I was going to go with, but I was looking around trying to think, and one of the things I wanted was a consistent name that I could get across all social platforms. So like, you know, Twitter as it was then, now it's at X. I wanted Insta, Twitch, even though I don't really do anything on those at the moment, maybe in the future. And then YouTube, I wanted something that would be consistent across all platforms. It's quite searchable as well, so I figured, you know, well, it's not the easiest thing to spell. You know, some people do struggle with like the spelling of Chihuahua. I feel like it's quite memorable as well. So I don't know. It's just one of those things that I didn't really know what to call myself, and some of those, you know, the idea sort of came to me. I'll try that, and it had, you know, the availability was there across all social platforms. And I thought, well, yeah, go with it, go with whatever. So yeah, that's it. It's a bit boring, really. Sorry about that, but yeah, that's what it is. There you go. Back to the originally recorded video. I tried to I put the same shirt on and everything. Tried to make it consistent. All these bloody figures have fallen off, so I'm repositioning them in different areas. So that'll all change and change back to the next part of the video. So yeah, enjoy that one. Continuity. Adam making 5155 room tour / setup tour. There's not really much to it. This room is tiny. Curtain, window, other wall. It's a box room. It's a bedroom. And let me tell you this, all you estate agents out there, fuck off. This is classed as a bedroom in this house. It's an office. A single bed, and there's very little else getting in here. It's not a bedroom. It's a box room. It's a storage room. It's my office. This behind me, you know, I'm now touching the wall, and then if I reach past the camera, touching the wall again. Setup tour, and we've got 2 monitors, a PC that I custom built. I can't remember. I'm just clicking through the website. I don't really know what I'm doing. Crappy camera that's on top of a box that a spare bulb for my light comes in, and then my mic. There's not really a lot to see. I'm not going to move the camera because it's going to cause all sorts of problems. But Adam's also asked, collabs with Work the Space or Amiga Luke in the future. I mean, yeah. I mean, if they wanted to. It's weird, a couple of creators to, maybe not Amiga Luke so much. Work the Space does not feel like someone who would collab with me for what I do. He's a very much let's play kind of guy. Amiga Luke does a lot of rebuilds, which obviously wouldn't collab with on that, but he does some experiments and stuff which might work in some capacity. But speaking of Amiga Luke, legend. What a sick guy he is. So for anyone who doesn't know, when he had probably about 14, 15, 16 months ago, I had about 1,300 subscribers, maybe 1,500 at a push. But he put out a tweet saying there's quite a few smaller FM content creators out there who I'd love to help out. I'm going to jump in. I'm going to create a little group on Twitter, because it was Twitter back then. Create a little group on Twitter. We had a little like a group chat where he then arranged a time, arranged a venue in his Discord. It was all to jump in, and he sat there and essentially free, like completely off his own back, gave us a 2.5 hour. I mean, I'm going to call it a lecture. I don't know what else I'd call it. It was unbelievable. It was so good, so informative. He went through content, thumbnails, titles, ideas, you know, even down to things of fuck your intro graphics off and those kind of things. He went through so many little tips and tricks and stuff that helped him as he sort of learnt them on his way to 70, 80,000 subscribers, I think he was on at the time. Of course, he's now well clear of 100,000 subscribers, and deservedly so, but he's a fantastic guy, is Amiga Luke. He's always got time as well. Since then, there's been a couple of instances where I've reached out to him via DM, and he comes back so fast. So, I mean, he's not going to watch this, but shout out to Amiga Luke. What a lovely guy. I mean, I'm sure the other guys in the top of the FM game are lovely as well, but I've not had the privileged to actually conversate and be, get advice or get involved with anything they're doing. But Amiga Luke has generally given up his own time for some smaller creators. There's other ones out there who would have taken that advice on board. I think Kempy was in that, a few others as well. I can't think off the top of my head now, but it definitely helped me, and I'm sure it helped them as well. So very grateful to Amiga Luke. He was a very nice guy, and he was even better because I was already a fan of his stuff. I was already watching him on the regular. So for then him to be helping us out in that way, it was just brilliant. It was just brilliant. So shout out to him. Would I collab with them? I mean, yeah, if they wanted me, if they wanted my 10,000 subscribers, I'm sure most of my subscribers will either subscribe to them already or have chosen not to subscribe to them because they don't like them. So there would be nothing in it for them, but I would bloody do it. Of course I would. It'd be stupid not to. Stuart Smith, congratulations. I'm really pleased for you. Your content, as well as being informative, always makes me chuckle. Roll on 100,000 in 2025. Well, Stuart, that is very ambitious, but thank you very much for the kind words. 100,000 in 2025, imagine. It's not going to happen, but I'd really love it. Let's hope so, eh? I mean, slow and steady wins the race. I hope we do keep it growing and do keep improving. We'll see. Supernova Dragon says, congratulations on the subscriber count. I was just wondering if you would ever do an experiment series at any point rather than just experiments. Does that mean like a playthrough series? Have you mistyped that, Supernova Dragon? If it is, yeah, we've already discussed it. I have got them on the channel. Not as many as I would like, because it does take a lot longer to edit and it does take a lot longer to play through the game. And I've not had the time since having a child. I've been trying to juggle everything. I've been trying to keep the content as consistent as possible on the channel. Anytime I've really taken any time off was when I've been a bit under the weather. So, yeah. Other than that, would I do it if you've not mistyped and I've misread, it says, would I like to do an experiment series rather than just experiments? Well, I guess kind of the personality tests are a bit of an experiment series. Currently on the channel, we've got the perfect squad where we try and do season without conceding, 500 goals in a season, and also get relegated. That's 3 episodes. So is that a series, I guess? I don't know. Alan WM 1986 says, I love Ralph Watch. I'm upset when you remember too late in an experiment. He's already retired. Loving the Shrimp Watch as well. Keep the videos coming. No question, but thank you very much for your comment. Kieran Philpott says, would you be up for a mega challenge? Make every player and manager in a team the same personality type for a team in a league. E.g. Team A, role model. Team B, fairly professional. Team C, casual, etc. See what team/manager personality does the best/worst. Obviously starting at 90 and potential of 200. Congratulations on finally getting that 10k. Would I be up for that mega challenge? Yeah, maybe. I mean, I can't tell you the enormous amount of admin that would be. Just to do essentially a squad personality challenge where in reality, I think we sort of know where the best personalities are. I mean, I'll tell you now, the top 3 personalities would be model professional, model citizen, and professional. Those 3 personalities would be the top 3 of the Premier League. And the teams that would be going down would be casual, slack, jovial's pretty bad. Balanced can be quite bad. So, I don't know. It's a lot of admin for something that I don't think would give us much more insight as to what's already out there on the channel. So at the moment, Kieran, no, it's too much work for very little reward. But down the line, possibly, if it becomes a bit easier or it becomes a little bit more interesting with the new Football Manager, things might change. Eugene Rimmer, congratulations on the awesome work, my dude. To see the channel grow like it has is amazing and great to see all your hard work paying off. In terms of question, I'd like to know roughly where you're from in the UK. So if that's too personal, which football team you support? I'm personally a Stockport fan from Glossop/Hayfield, and I know from some of your replies to my comments, you seem to have a little affinity for Stockport as well. Yes, Eugene. So, I'm from Buxton originally. I don't live there anymore, and so I wouldn't give away where my current location and stuff is, because, yeah, I mean, I try and keep that kind of information about myself kind of vague, because, I mean, some people are great on the internet, but some people are weird, so... Yeah, I'm from Buxton originally. I don't live there anymore. Left there when I was about 18. Now 35, so a hell of a long time ago. Went to university and then moved down many areas I've moved to. I've lived in quite a few different locations in the southern areas of England. But yeah, I'm originally from Buxton, which is just south of Stockport, which is why I've got an affinity to Stockport, because I lived a stone's throw away, like 20 minutes away, half hour maybe. And yeah, born in Stockport, because that's where the biggest hospital is in reference to Buxton. There's not a huge hospital near Buxton. So yeah, Stockport as well as born. So yeah, there you go. Diego Emmanuel. Just a dumb question. Which FM YouTubers would be interested in collabing with if you had the chance, and what kind of content would you do in such situations? So, not a dumb question at all, Diego. I mean, which FM YouTubers? Do you know what? I'd be up for collabing with anyone. Genuinely. I would genuinely collab with anyone, because it's always good to spread yourself out and get yourself in front of a potentially different audience. So even if they've got less subscribers, it wouldn't be all about the subscribers. It'd also be about the content as well. It would have to feel like it'd be in my lane. To be honest, what kind of content would it be? It would probably be some form of experiment based content, wouldn't it? Really, it would have to fit. It'd be very weird for me to just randomly just rock up on a channel and be doing a versus rebuild or something like that, because it's not really anything I do on the channel at the moment. I do obviously playthroughs and stuff, but in terms of actual proper rebuild content, it's not really the kind of thing that I'm probably doing. Or if I turn up somewhere to do a collab with a tactics thing, I'm not a tactics masterclass wizard, am I? I'm not RDF or anything, so it would be some form of experiment. I mean, I'll tell you one of the things that'd be definitely interesting. At the moment, Clates has done a couple. He's done one with Tom FM and Amiga Luke, where they create themselves in the game, they're in position, they start off with X amount of ability, they get an extra 30 attribute points to put in wherever they want, and they get rules where they can move their player once in the same league, they can have a lone move, and then they can move abroad once in their career. And their goal is to be the better player throughout the experiment. Those videos are so much fun to watch. I'd love to do that kind of thing. So I would definitely collab with people and do that kind of content, 100%. But yeah, that for me at the moment would probably, in terms of the actual content itself, would make the most sense, because that would be right within the wheelhouse of the stuff that I do. But yeah, I'd be interested in collabing with anyone. If they had the opportunity, and if they had the idea and they presented it to me, I would give anything a go. Even if to be honest, even if it would be something like a tactics thing, I am bad at it, so it'd be quite funny, wouldn't it? So yeah, I don't know. Anyone, to be honest, is the answer to that. DEFGECD, I guess. Opinions on blue cheese. I fucking hate it. It stinks. It's awful. And cheese is great. Next. And I say next, and finally, Mobile Sports 8567. Favourite save you've ever had on FM? And would also love to know what team you support. We've covered that already, Manchester United. Favourite save ever on FM? Oh, I mean, do you know what? Personally, one of the best saves I've ever had for entertainment value for myself was my Sunderland save. It had so much stuff in it, you know, where we climbed from League One, back-to-back promotions, got to the Premier League, stayed up by the skin of our teeth with some very key Wonder Kid signings. We managed to then build, got to the point where we were top all season, going to win the league, lost a few games towards the end of the season, still there, going to win it. Then we were in second, and then the final day, we then win our game, we're top. Arsenal, who were top at the start of the day, were losing to West Ham. We were going to win the league, and in the 96th minute, Jonas Wind for Arsenal equalised, winning them the league title. We lost it on the final day, having been top all season. It was the worst bottle job ever. We did go on to win Champions Leagues, and we did go on to win the Premier League in that. It was a good save, the Sunderland one, and it was my first on YouTube, so it holds a very, very nostalgic part of my heart, really. And I look back on that series with so much fondness, because it allowed me to fall in love with creating content. I love Football Manager, and I love creating videos and that kind of stuff. I've done it for my career, you know, messing around doing bits and bobs here and there, and this allowed me to do it for me. In terms of actual trophy haul as well, it was pretty good. It was one of my better ones, because quite often I will sort of sack a save off at maybe 6-7 years if I get that far. Sometimes I might be a bit of a stronger team and do just a 3-4 year stint. I mean, I remember again, maybe 2 or 3. When did Newcastle get all that money? I did a save with Newcastle where we bought like Vlahovic, Jamal Musiala, Jude Bellingham. We had such a squad. Camavinga. This was before he'd gone to Real Madrid. Jude was obviously still at Dortmund. Great save, great team. By season 4, I was bored. It was too easy, because I'd rinsed it. So I like the challenge to sort of build a couple of seasons. So the Sunderland one's probably my favourite one, because, yeah, for those reasons. It was a great save. It was a lot of fun. There was a lot of twists, a lot of turns, a lot of drama. And it was my first on YouTube. So, yeah, that's the end of that. And that's available to watch if you want to go and look at how bad I was at the start of my YouTube journey, where I was very wooden, and I'm probably still a bit. I'm probably still not as I'm not as polished as some of the other creators and stuff out there. I do try my best, but it's a bit cringe. I don't know about going promoting that, but hey, it was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it, and so I mean, to be fair, the Oldham days was pretty good. I got a bit bored of that because it was just a bit of a plateaued sort of middle ground. It was nice to finish that off with the porting over to the next FM at the start of FM24. So yeah, that's it. That's the end of this Q&A. It's gone. Jesus Christ, I've waffled for nearly 3/4 of an hour. God knows what this is going to be brought down to in the edit. It's still going to be pretty long, I think. I didn't think I was wondering when I saw 23 comments. I thought, am I going to get past 10 minutes? Did it easily, because I waffle all the bloody time. So there we go. That's it. Thank you very much for your questions. Thank you very much for watching, and thank you very much for being one of the 10,000 subscribers on the channel. It's been a long road to get there, over 2 years, but it's been consistent. I've been trying to post as often as I can, and I really enjoy doing this stuff. So I'm going nowhere. I'm going to keep on posting. I'm going to vary up my content for FM25, test some new things out, try some different things. I've got some big ideas that I really want to run with. If time allows, hopefully they'll be received very well, but I'm not going to release what they are yet in case I don't get a chance to do them. And yeah, like I say always, do drop a like on it. Let me know in the comments if you've got any ideas for experiments or any other questions that you might want answering. If there's plenty more questions, we'll do another Q&A at some point, maybe turn this into a bit of a monthly thing if they're received well. If not, that's cool as well. Maybe just do it for sort of little specials. Maybe 25,000 subscribers is the next one. But yeah, thank you very much for coming back to the channel, and thank you very much for watching this video. I doubt this is the first video that anyone's ever watched, but if it is, subscribe while you're here. Take good care of yourselves, gang, and I will see you on the next one, which will be probably an experiment. See you soon.